Hey, what's up? I am Sam, and welcome to my Origami Dojo. So today, we're going to be taking a look at creating a two-piece modular seashell. Okay, so we're going to start with a square of paper, and we're going to turn that square into a fish base. And I'm not going to go into the fish base in too much detail since I cover that a lot in recent tutorials, and you're all probably sick of it. If you need a tutorial, I'll put a link in the description. So I'll just run through the basics here. So we'll start by folding the edges up to the diagonals. And making sure they're very neat. And then rabbit earring them into place. And rotating and doing the same thing on this side. So we'll fold it up, crease, then unfold, crease, rabbit ear into place. And there we go. After some sloppy folding on my part. Please don't fold as messy as I do. Okay, and now what we're going to do, once we have the fish base, is rotate it around. And let's just fold these flaps down here a little, then lift them up. We just want to create a light little crease here. What we're going to do is take this edge and fold it up to that middle crease there. And crease, and unfold, and we'll do the same thing with this edge here. We'll fold it up so that it lies along the crease we just made. Then we're going to unfold, and we're going to rabbit ear, so we'll fold them both at the same time. And squeeze them together and flatten over to the left. And then let's take this flap here and fold it down. And then what we're going to do is take this flap and fold it up so that it lies along this middle edge here. And then we're going to take this edge and fold it up so it lies along that middle line there. And there should be an angle of 90 degrees between them there. And I think you see where I'm going with this. We're just going to do that 4 or 5 times in total. And let's just do it once more. There we go. I'm going to leave it like this. So the end result is this. So we basically just folded this around into a little spiral. Then what we're going to do is rotate. Going to take this flap and just tuck it under here for now. And we're going to repeat the process on this bottom flap. So we'll take this edge, fold it up to the midline there. And crease. Then let's unfold, take this edge here, fold it up to that midline there. And fold it over. And let's take this flap here and then fold it up to the fold it up along the midline there. And then we'll just repeat the process here, but we'll tuck it underneath the folds that already exist. So we'll tuck that under, fold up, tuck it under, and we'll just keep doing that until the two flaps match. And one more fold looks good. There we go. And we should end up with something like that. And once we're done, we can lift this flap back over to that side. Okay, and now what we're going to do is make the model 3D. So we'll fold both halves behind while leaving this sticking straight up. And what we're going to do is open up the shell pockets here. So we'll open that one, turn over, open up this one. And while we're at it, let's open up like so. And we're going to take this flap and fold down so that this top edge meets this edge here. We're just going to fold like that, and then fold it over along this edge here. And what we want to do is crease that in very sharply so that this doesn't stick out of our final model and look unseemly and cause all kinds of trouble. And once we have that, let's just close up the model. Then we'll take this flap here, fold it down so that this point touches the bottom point. And then we're going to fold this in at an angle so that it goes just past this edge here. So we'll just fold it over, and the crease should be just a little ways beyond this edge here. And let's crease sharply. And then what we're going to do is take this quarter here, and we're going to rotate it back 90 degrees, and you're going to have to lift up this here so that it doesn't catch your paper. So we'll lift that part up, rotate it back 90 degrees, and then fold down back into place. And we can lift this flap up as well. And that is your completed module. Now what we need to do is make one more. Okay, so once we have both units, what we're going to do is take them, and we're going to push in on these things here. We're going to close up the pockets temporarily, and then unfold the spirals so that the arms stick, or so that the flaps stick straight out. And of course, make sure the two flaps are at 90 degrees. And we're going to fold this flap down like so, so that you can clearly get to the pocket inside. And then these flaps are not going to stick together, by the way, so we'll just leave that like that. It may come undone a little. And we'll repeat that process with the second unit. So we'll loosen up the flaps like so. And now what we want to do is just slide them together. So we'll tuck this point here, or this flap, into the yellow pocket, and the yellow flap into the red pocket. And this sounds easy, but it's going to be very tricky in reality, or it was when I first tried this. Okay, so let's just slide them together. Wow, that was actually easier than I thought. Okay, and we're going to maneuver them into place so that the bottom looks nice and neat there. And then we're going to refold the flaps, so we'll make sure this red one is on top of a red one. And there's a yellow one on top of that red one. And a yellow one on top of that yellow one. And there we go. Basically, you'll have two red on one side, two yellow on the other. And then what we're going to do is refold the spirals. And we'll just do that one at a time so that it's easier. So we'll fold down a red, then a yellow, then a yellow, then a red. And you're going to want to make sure that these line up with each other and that they're not overlapping. And then we'll just keep refolding them until we're done. And this does get pretty tricky as the flaps get smaller and smaller. And there we go. And once you've folded them, oops, I'm not done yet. Shame. I'll lift that up here. Fold down. And once you've folded the flaps in as small as they can get, what you can do is just take them and twist them all together, like so, just to keep them locked into place. And I'm stealing that design from the people who designed these types of shells before me. And then once we have that done, we'll just reopen the pockets here and round them out. And just open that one there. And this one here. And one more. Oh, that's going to be a little tricky. There. And those are the pockets. And of course, if you'd like, you can give them a hard edge for a nice geometric look, but I prefer to round them out. And the only problem with this is that it's a little bit loose at the bottom, and if you use a rougher paper, then it'll probably tend to stick together better. And that's all I have to say about it. And once you have that done, your origami 2-piece shell is complete. Hey guys, I am Sam, and on a personally, thank you for watching that last tutorial. If you enjoyed it, well, please feel free to subscribe and check out some of my other tutorials listed here. And if you have any ideas for future tutorials, don't hesitate to leave a comment below or send me a message, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. I am Sam, and I will see you next Tuesday.